salut Twitch, salut YouTube. Bon, le temps que la cam et tout se lance et que le jeu se lance, je reviens. Je dois juste prévenir un proche. Si le son du jeu est trop fort, vous le dites, hein, je le diminue. Je me souviens plus. Non, ça c'est trop fort. C'est vrai, il fallait que j'y retourne. Hop.
It's locked.
Oh putain. Je pense que c'est là qu'aussi.
I cannot enter.
Putain. Il va vraiment falloir que je refasse le tour. Ah putain. Faut que je me retape tout ça. Oh, fait chier. Comment esquiver des ennemis?
And off to church he goes, a newborn seeking divine consent to lick the blood from the soft and pointy crown.
Who are you? Make yourself known.
Newborn, you reek of guilt and pointless compassion. Shed your skin. Forget your old, weaker self.
What do you want from me?
Ascalon does not approve of lone wolves who bring unwanted eyes to our pastures.
So your name is Ascalon.
Ascalon's will is vampire law. Learn them, abide by them, or I shall return as your judge and jury.
These immortals try my patience with their plans and unsolicited counsel.
Je ne fais pas passer. Ça va me faire chier.
Over there! There's one of them vermin! Time to get rid of this!
D'ailleurs, graine, rhume, rhume. Ah. Trop mal de tête, de fatigue.
Good evening, Miss Howe.
I need blood, Doctor.
Do you require...
My condition cannot be Thank you, Doctor.
I'll leave you, Miss... Good evening.
And good evening to you.
Do you need my...
I would have been confused.
There is no shame.
Any doctors I have...
Goodbye.
You always knew the worst of karma, children. As for me,
Good evening, Miss...
I'm okay.
Do you need any...
I'm afraid I may.
You are not a bird.
And you have my grat.
I have to...
I'm alright. Don't waste your time with me.
Good evening.
Dr. Reed.
Do you need any medical...
Yes, indeed.
I have no doubt.
I appreciate your...
Goodbye, Dr. Tippett.
Non, non, c'est bon. Il me manque lui.
Hey, Doc.
You're lucky to be...
This place is for...
Consider...
Don't play the innocent.
I'll leave you.
Hop, 4 secondaires.
Are you all right, Miss?
My name is Xiao Shun. This is the proper way to address someone in my country. Yes, I am. This is the
Have you recent news?
This part of town is very fragile. I hope the trust so many people put in her will not be betrayed.
Are you on your own? Do you have any friends or family who you could be with?
I have family and friends, but I need to be here alone. One day maybe I'll go back to them, but not now. I need silence, and I need sadness.
I've seen many deaths.
Thank you for your sincere words.
Tell me how your husband died, Xiaoshu.
Matthew died of the Spanish flu, like so many others. It's a mundane cause of death these days, but for me it meant the end of the world.
At this time, there is so little medical science can do to defeat this terrible epidemic. I'm truly sorry.
The worst thing is not his death, even if it tears me apart. The worst is not to have seen it coming, to have lost him so quickly, even before realizing it.
Did he hide his condition from you?
Matthew was a smiling type, a happy sort. Everything that I am not. Did he laugh at his death to come, or did he not realize what was going to happen? I'll never know.
The Spanish flu may be the worst disease mankind has ever faced. Why are you blaming yourself?
You don't understand. I didn't know he was so sick. I didn't realize the gravity of his situation until it was too late.
As harsh as this sounds, we are all equally vulnerable to this awful disease. It can take the strongest man in just a couple of days.
I never said goodbye to Matthew. We never realized how bad it was. We laughed about it even. He always made me laugh. Now I don't have enough tears to shed.
J'ai oublié d'enlever ça.
You realize you...
Why? Why should I go? Since this is the only place I can find peace of mind.
But you're not dead.
You sound like you're no stranger to the pain I feel.
Let's just say,
Please accept my condolences.
Are you a doctor yourself? Is this why you feel so guilty for not saving your sick husband?
No, I am not. But I still need to blame someone for Matthew's death. And who else, if not his wife, who did not see it coming?
I'm a physician, one of the best in the country. But I was unable to save my own sister, Mary. She died in my arms.
Why tell me this? Is it supposed to make me feel better?
No. But I felt I should share it with you, since she is buried here too.
May I ask what caused the death of your sister?
You could say she was also killed by a terrible disease. A disease I have sworn to fight and cure, no matter how long it takes.
Thank you for sharing that with me, Dr. Reed. Maybe it's time we start to rebuild our lives, you and I.
You should go home now.
I think you're right. Cemeteries are for the dead, for they need silence too. Thank you for your honesty and your wisdom, Dr. Reed.
Thank you for your company, Xiaoshun. Take care on the way home.
Maybe I'll see you again in Whitechapel. Goodbye for now.
Ah, il me manque un.
Goodbye for now.
You know you can trust me. Why have you not spoken to me?
Deux rhumes. jamais où il est. Rhume. Rhume.
You are blinded by your fault.
Good evening, Mr. Whitaker.
It's Father Whitaker, my son.
Why did you send Samuel to the cemetery, Tobias? What did you see there?
I sent him on a vision. A dream of a dreadful and laughing queen covered with blood, sleeping with the dead and feeding on the fear of the dying.
A laughing queen dressed in blood. Tell me more.
This epidemic is her feast, the announcement of her return. Against her, science is no more than a child's toy.
But who is she?
She is the mother of harlots and abomination of the earth. She is Babylon, drunk on the blood of the saints.
Tobias Whitaker, confess why you burnt those people alive.
I have done what no one was ready to do. I will smite the flesh of the unclean to protect the righteous.
You're not the savior of London. You're just a glorified sadist.
I take no pleasure in this awful cleansing, Dr. Reed. I am only driven by the thousands of innocents I save each night.
You are just another heartless murderer, exploiting the epidemic to kill with impunity.
No! No. The only way to contain the spread is to strike at the source itself. The proliferating sick.
Why did you send...
I sent him on a...
You sent a man...
Darius. Catherine.
This is despicable. I have this thirst for blood. This is despicable.
Rhume.
Mr. Bates.
Eve.
Since I took an oath to help people, can I...
Well, seen better days, that's...
Infecting...
What?
Goodbye, Mr. Hello, Mr. Petrescu.
Hello, Dr. Reed. Come on in. Yes?
Do you need some...
I am very tired, but that is all.
Well, I think...
Free drugs from...
Goodbye, Mr.
Lui, je sais jamais où il est.
Good evening, Mr.
It's Father Whittaker.
I have found Samuel, your disciple. I am afraid I have bad news.
I already expected the worst. He should already have come back. He is dead, isn't he?
Yes, he is now. The epidemic took him.
Samuel steadily made donations to our cause. He would have rewarded you himself if you'd found me in that awful cemetery. Please accept this money.
Your disciple, Samuel, stole from the dead in Stonebridge Cemetery. I have proof of his crime and proof of his death.
No! Samuel was the best of us. So devoted, so zealous. He gave all he had for the cause. He tirelessly preached the good word.
He defiled the dead with his petty thefts. That's how he financed your misguided crusade.
Think what you will. When this city is saved, he will be praised for his devoted...
Your precious Samuel used you. He was an immoral crook.
If that's true, then he will be...
I have heard...
Yes? What is it that you want?
I'm sorry to disturb you at such a late hour.
No worries, my son. I'm still quite awake, having just returned from a funeral.
Yes, I know. I've forgotten what I wanted. I don't know.
May I help you, child? You seem somewhat perturbed.
I haven't the strength to cross the threshold. I wish to pray, to cleanse my soul.
The church is shut by order of the bishop. But I'm still the vicar of St. Mary's, if that is any use to you, my son.
You seem to me a good soul, Vicar. But this is a personal matter.
There are no secrets from God, my son. If your heart needs comfort, consider me your chapel. For I can be as silent as stone.
I've words for one departed. They're not for living ears to hear.
Your eyes burn with rage, yet I see the pain that lies beyond. I am here to lighten the burden of all God's creatures. Whatever you tell me is between us and the Lord.
Very well, priest, as you seem quite adamant.
Open your heart, my son. Tell me what burdens you. With whom do you wish to speak?
She was my sister.
You seem so troubled by the loss of this girl. What happened to her?
It was an accident. A terrible, terrible accident.
I see. And how are you feeling, my son?
She died because of me. How do you think I feel?
I have a final question for you, my son. This is of the utmost importance.
Ask your question, Vicar.
What would you like her to know?
I killed you. There's no excuse. My dear Mary. Forgive me.
You have been heard, my son, and your burden will lighten if your words are sincere. Go in peace now, and live your life in the way she would have wanted.
C'est tout. Je vais réessayer ça. C'est là.
Whatever happened on this dock is between my sister and I. It doesn't not concern God at all.
Best be moving on.
C'est là, mais ils sont trop longs. Ah, je peux pas level up. Ah, quoique. Ah, 1000. 1000. 1000. 600. Putain, il a 3 pathologies, lui. Attends, j'ai pas rêvé. Névralgie. Mais je sais pas où le trouver, lui. Rhume. Sein. Stop. Putain, mais je le trouve où, lui? D'accord, j'ai mon tel qui veut plus répondre. C'est qui? Masson Shop. Je regarde juste sur internet.
Hey.
maintenant. Oh merde, je sais plus. C'est résistance ou c'est. Putain, mais. Pas chier.
Good evening, sir. It's me again.
Leave me alone, I say, whoever you are.
Putain, niveau 3 de charme.
All right. I...
Fatigue et rhume.
Sorry, sir. No admittance.
Ah. Et là, ils peuvent m'attaquer. Parce que c'est une safe zone. Chais.
You are blinded by your false faith, imprisoned by your daily.
Je peux la trouver où celle-là?
Good evening.
And good evening.
Voilà.
Do you need...
It may be wise.
I am the nutrition... I'll leave...
Ok. Oh, j'ai fait tout le tour pour rien.
Cheap price, good quality. Come on, take a look. Don't be afraid.
Maybe it's time to see if this Christina is still working nearby.
I won't end up another drunk.
How are you?
I'm not your...
Do you need...
Please.
There you go.
Very funny.
Goodbye.
Disappear someday.
Stay back, beast! Over there! There's one of them vermin!
Remorse and pain are precious when binding you to the earth. You. I remember you.
Cool.
Fear be gone. I would harm no child of my making.
This is your doing. You made me. Made me this creature. What are you?
I am the land. You are our champion.
You selected me. Chose me.
As shall my children yet to come.
What is it you seek?
This age is sickly. An ancient poison, an older rage, brewed in a cauldron newly forged.
This has something to do with the epidemic.
Seek truth, my champion. Defeat the serpent of knowing with iron spur.
I've had enough of others making decisions for me, pretending to know how I should feel or behave. So the vampire who made me is some sort of disembodied entity? Or was he just projecting this vision in my mind? Maybe Edgar can help me with this one.
God protect us. You've got a leech in the hospital.
Yes, my hospital. My mission is to heal while you go about warring.
You've set the table for a snake. I wonder why there's venom in your food.
I'm growing tired of your song. You're a woodsman, McCallum, not a doctor. Return to your hunt.
Remember, I've a good nose for machinations. I can flare the scent at a mile. You can't hide from the god.
Leave him, Jonathan. This is sacred ground. Neutral territory. And I just had the carpet cleaned. the sacred stole, this is very bad news. Bad news indeed.
What happened?
The hospital has been attacked. We have injured patients, at least one dead and several missing. This has spiraled out of control. Even the most infirm are asking to be allowed to return home.
We cannot have the people lose faith in this institution. This hospital is their only hope.
Of course, you're right. But we cannot afford a public scandal. It would ruin us. We must restore order, and quickly.
You mentioned a dead patient. Who is he?
She, Jonathan. She was Miss Harriet Jones. I found her room like a slaughterhouse. Blood everywhere. The duty nurse is taking care of the mess.
Very well. I'll help you.
I know this place means something to you. I have noticed how you suppress your appetite when around the staff and patients.
You need to know you can trust me, Edgar.
I do, dear fellow, I do.
Please then, tell me.
Sean Hampton, the man we thought we'd saved at the docks. It seems he was infected after all.
So Hampton became more beast than man.
Exactly. And now Guard of Prewen suspects the hospital of vampire activity. Do you realize what that could mean for us?
Rest assured, I will protect you and your staff.
McCullum is a fanatic. The Guard will stop at nothing. You don't know what they're capable of, Jonathan.
Very well. Since I brought Mr. Hampton here, I will put an end to this.
Attends, tout le monde est sain ici. J'ai une quête là, mais... Tout le monde est sain. Je pourrais en vrai tous les tuer. Mais les Vominium 6, je cligne de vue. Lui, il manque un indice.
Sean Hampton lives and breathes for the well-being of his flock. There's no other place he would go but the docks.
How long's it going to take to fix me properly? A month? A year?
You have the right to disapprove of our methods, and you will kindly apologize when you're feeling better.
Don't waste your time with me.
Good evening.
Good evening, Doctor.
Please, tell me about the recent commotion.
I heard Miss Jones call for help from her bedroom. There was some loud...
Do you know who the nurse was?
Not sure, but I think it was Nurse Hawk.
Goodbye for now, Mr. Fiddick.
I will not let you down, my boy.
Good evening, nurse.
Good evening, Doctor.
What can you tell me about the recent...
Everybody's afraid. Death has always been a frequent visitor.
As a nurse at this hospital, it is your duty to...
Yeah. Until it's my...
Goodbye, Nurse.
What on earth
Good evening, Milt.
Good evening, Doctor. Still trying to save life.
What can you...
Someone killed Miss Jones in her room.
You don't seem shocked by it.
Why should I be?
Goodbye, Milton.
Arrêtez les pièges polis.
Oh, Jonathan, I cannot believe my eyes. Poor woman, butchered by some savage scowl.
Yes, and I'm afraid I'm at least partially responsible. The man, the scowl, I brought him here.
Jonathan, how could you say such a thing?
Forgive me if I feel despondent. For there seems to be no end to the suffering and death that surrounds us.
I'm always here for you, Jonathan.
What do you know of Ascalon? I was threatened by a creature, a vampire in Whitechapel, stating I had to obey the law of conduct.
What more can you tell me about him?
He was bigger than a man. Huge, in fact. He seemed to radiate violence. I thought he was going to tear me apart. Then he vanished.
Fergal, the executioner of Ascalon. You were fortunate he was not after you, but rather out doing his master's bidding.
What is Ascalon?
The Ascalon Club are the most powerful vampires in Britain and exert tremendous influence. Take my advice and stay well away.
I have experienced...
Now that's quite a question. I don't have the answers.
Aren't you?
Very little scares me.
Have you embraced...
Her name was Amelia.
Is there
Yes, Jonathan.
Temptation?
Over the years, any pleasure...
Thank you, my...
C'est parti.
It seems the Priwen are redoubling their patrols in the district. I must be more careful.
Fear no evil. We do the Lord's work here. Mine, I'll take it. It's an inch. Kill it.
Mauvais sens, mais il y a un passage par là par lequel je peux passer. Et là, juste à droite. Pouf. What? Ok. De la pièce.
Do you know what?
The sad saint.
He was one of my patients.
Oh, yeah. I heard the poor bastard.
Goodbye. Good evening, Miss.
Hello again.
Can I...
As long as you have money.
Mark my words.
Not a drop of blood left in his body. This is the work of a vampire.
A vampire? Whatever do you mean?
I'm a tracker of these creatures. A vampire hunter.
You'd best be off to your hunting then. For if the sewer dog is back and hunting all these poor folk, he needs to catch him.
A sewer dog? What's it look like?
It's an old story. A monster with daggers for teeth and icy claws. He comes of a sudden, nighttime, claiming innocence.
Lord, murders by night. Your sewer dog is my business. He's the kind of prey I hunt, milady. Good evening, sir. Have you witnessed any
And what do you define as a stranger?
My name is Ichabod Throgmorton, vampire hunter extraordinary.
A vampire hunter?
I know what you're thinking. I'm just another...
Mr. Throgmorton, I'm
A man of science. Where?
What can you
Did you hear about what happened to Jack Gillingham? Poor boy.
It's impossible.
But it's my duty. I am
So...
I patrol late at night, investigating anything.
Can I help it?
Actually, yes. I plan to put up posters to alert...
Are you asking me?
If you wouldn't mind.
How do you
It's simple, really.
Have you ever...
Of course I have.
Have you heard of the Guard of Priwen?
Of course. They're dedicated hunters. A little militant for my taste, but they do...
Were you...
I did think about it, but I'm more of a...
So you hunt...
Vampires are just like every other predator. They hunt when they're...
I'm looking for Sean Hampton. Can you help me, Mr.
The sad saint? He should be at his night asylum at this hour, but I cannot tell you...
Really? Why?
It's nothing personal, Doctor. I'm sure...
I could make...
All I will say is this.
Maybe at least you... can tell me who could help me find...
Tell you what, go and chat with Tom Watts. He's a
Goodbye.
Should have offered a drink to the boy. Be he cursed or not, he's just a number.
I hope I live.
Welcome back, Doc.
Them wet boot boys get what's coming to them.
Tom, I need to find Sean Hampton as quickly as possible. I
heard the sad saint was recovering at Pembroke Hospital.
I believe he returned...
Oh, I bet you're right. Sean...
Please, tell me.
Well, I don't like to gossip.
The important thing... is I find... Where is it?
It's in an old warehouse.
Goodbye, Miss...
Are they stupid or something? I've never even been to India.
C'est au même endroit. c'est pas...
Watch yourselves! There's one of them! Get them weapons ready! We found one!
J'ai cru.
It's locked, all right.
J'ai bien fait cru.
I can't believe I'm doing this. I have this thirst for blood. This is despicable. It's locked.
Sûr. Sinon c'est pas drôle.
Seems like the guard at Prewell is on Sean Hampton's trail, too.
déconner. Je peux pas.
This is despicable. I can't believe I'm doing this. I have this thirst for blood.
Ah mais là, je peux pas.
I'd step back, sir.
Ah mais non, mais putain. Oh, fais chier quoi. Attends, mais j'ai pas un autre moyen d'y accéder. Ouais, tu sais faire tout le tour quoi. Fais chier.
This is despicable. I can't believe I'm doing this.
Putain, niveau 22. Faut que je speedrun.
Crush the leech, boys!
Mauvais sens.
Seamus' corpse are deep. The result of rabid rage. If this is Sean's doing, he's become a murderous beast.
Putain, j'ai bien failli crever. D'accord. S'il n'a pas été touché, ça fait rien. Allez-y, entretuez-vous.
Step away.
I have this thirst for blood.
Ah non, c'est un peu d'argent.
Good evening, Mr. Throgmorton.
Dr. Reed, can I be of any assistance?
Goodbye.
Oh.
Good evening, Mr. Throp.
Dr. Reed.
I'm afraid you're...
It cost me good money to print those...
Did you really think...
See the sad saint of...
Tell me, Ichabod, why do you consider yourself the protector of Shornhampton Shelter?
He is a truly inspiring example. Dedicated, pious. His shelter is open to all, whoever they are. Most admirable.
Goodbye. It's locked, all right.
What have we here?
Good evening, miss. I'm Dr. Jonathan...
Good evening, sir.
Have we met before?
No, but I just need to look at your fence.
That's quite judgmental of you.
Sir, I've led enough strikes when I had a job.
May I ask?
I'm killing myself scraping for a living.
As I told you,
Oh, a duck.
why so...
Of course I am. Fuck, you're so...
What can you tell...
Tell you what, just spend a few weeks here.
If you have...
Oh.
You don't know?
You're...
Oh...
All right.
You speak of...
You bet I am.
You lost...
Those bastards...
Isn't the whole...
A few nights back.
What really happened?
I drank too.
I'm looking...
What is it you want?
Well, I'll leave you...
Turn around if I were you. Over there!
This could be the public house Giselle Paxton mentioned. I should investigate further. Giselle's stolen money. Prewen has some unethical ways of financing their...
je lui donne l'argent. Elle en a besoin.
You again.
I've identified the men who stole from...
I knew it! Did you find the money?
Yes, here it is.
I never thought a man like you would be...
Will you give the money back to your...
Fuck those bastards who fired me.
I know you were friends with Miss Gillingham's son, Jack. Tell me about his death.
Jack's murder has been a shock to the neighborhood. A sign that the situation is now out of control.
Why is that?
There has always been tension between the Wet Boot Boys and members of the trade union. But a murder? That's a first.
D'accord, mon téléphone est complètement bugué. Je dois le redémarrer.
Who killed him?
No one will ever know. One thing is certain. While Jack was alive, I had one less reason to trust.
Why does that upset you so much?
I wish I had found the time and words to tell him how important he was to me before it was too late. Another failure for Giselle Paxton.
Well, I'll leave... Good evening, miss. I'm
A fancy doctor lurking at night by the dock.
And what about you? Working outside.
You want to know my...
Is it not dangerous?
As long as I have good...
Are you...
Mr. Hampton's not...
What...
It's just the...
What can you tell me about this place? How are things here?
It may be okay for a strong girl like me.
Which...
Well,
Well, I am not...
Glad to hear that.
You...
No.
I'm looking for Sean...
Mr. Hampton must be in...
He was a patient of mine at the...
I see. Well...
Goodbye, Miss...
It's locked, all right.
Avant d'aller voir lui, je fouille tout. Mais je pense qu'on ira le voir vendredi prochain.
Giselle killed her. Plain and simple.
That's quite a statement.
Mother was very ill.
Perhaps you're sick.
I know that.
Giselle is...
Sometimes words are harder to...
Goodbye.
Come now, Lottie.
Bottle will soon be empty.
Oula, j'ai plein de monde à voir.
Good evening. I'm Dr. Reed.
Rest assured. None taken, sir.
Let me...
Who the hell are you?
I meant no offense, Mr.
And what should I do then?
What can...
Not really.
Beaucoup trop de dialogue, tu les dialogues.
Jack!
Tell...
The Pope.
Show me...
I know I've got something that'll strike your fancy.
Merde, j'ai oublié sa vie privée.
There's no need to...
Why not?
There's always the night.
There is no shame in our...
I don't feel okay with...
Goodbye.
I know I've got something that'll strike your fancy. If not, I'll find you something.
Good evening, miss. I'm Dr. Jonathan...
I already took my medication.
I'm sorry. Your...
Don't tease me like...
I think I should...
An epidemic, you say?
J'aime bien, je pique tout.
It's locked.
Verrouillé.
So,
I told you my...
of course I...
Do you require...
I'm glad you...
I'll try...
Thank you, Doctor.
What can you...
Oh, no.
Who...
Well...
Is...
My son is always here.
I'm...
Sean Hampton.
Goodbye, Miss Jen.
Are you certain you're not lost, sir? You seem quite a stranger to these parts.
You always ask me for advice, Jack. Why not?
Are you certain you're not lost, sir? You seem quite a stranger to these parts.
Good evening.
Dr. Reed.
You've never faced, let alone killed, a vampire, Ichabod. You're a fraud.
No, I'm not. I may embellish the truth concerning my achievements, but I'm totally dedicated to my quest.
Stop.
Well, that's not true, sir.
Oh, really?
Well, we did not actually...
What do you mean? Tell me about the vamp...
It was... She was a girl. Her body...
You cared about her.
Yes?
Goodbye.
Wet boots shouldn't be fighting each other. They've got bigger problems elsewhere.
Ah non, je préfère aller sauvegarder. Nickel. Ok. Je recraft. Sur 10. Putain, 380 vaches. Ah, mais il me faudrait 2000. On va partir à 5000 quoi. Oh merde, j'ai passé. Putain. Oh, fais chier. C'est pas vrai. Ok. Ça. Oh putain. Fatigue. Fatigue. Et névralgie. En fait, dès que j'aurai découvert tout le monde ici, et tout le monde ici, et que je les aurai tous à peu près soignés, je commence à buter le Pembroke Hospital. Tous ceux qui sont au Pembroke. Ça augmentera mon niveau de charme. Enfin, après, on va faire eux, le doc. Et après eux. Quoique non, eux. Et après les docs. Et après eux. Avant de faire le boss final. Ok, je suis niveau 16. Ok. On va s'arrêter là pour aujourd'hui. Lundi, ça sera du Dishonored Definitive Edition. Vu qu'on a fini Disney Dreamlight Valley. Mardi, mercredi et jeudi, bah, ça va être comme d'hab du Cult of Lamb. Et vendredi, du Vampyr. Il y a juste le jeu du lundi qui change. C'est tout. Du coup, je vous dis à lundi où je ferai les squats. Vous en faites pas, les squats d'aujourd'hui, je les fais lundi. Du coup, je vous dis